Have been a different team since Joe Mazzulla took over as head coach 3 seasons ago. In his first season at the helm, Mazzulla and the Celtics won 57 games. They made it to the conference finals. Boston lost to the Heat in a wild 7-game series where they came back from down 3 games to none. Then Boston won 64 games in the following season, 14 more games than the next closest Eastern Conference team, on their way to their 18th NBA title when they beat the Mavericks in 5 games. All signs pointed to a repeat as the Celtics reported another 60-win season before superstar Jayson Tatum ruptured his Achilles in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Knicks. Boston went on to lose the series in 6 games. And guess who we have here? We now welcome in Boston Celtics superstar Jayson Tatum here on behalf of Vertex. Thanks so much for being with us, Jayson.
Thanks for having me.
I just mentioned the injury. Sorry to bring it up. I'm sure you didn't love watching the video, but nonetheless, how are you feeling? How's the rehab going?
It's going all right. It's been a long journey. Believe it or not, today is 19 weeks. Every Tuesday is a week. It's been a long journey, some ups and downs, but I'm getting there.
When you say it's been ups and downs, talk about that for a second. Obviously being injured, but what's the hard part? Is it just going through it, trying to rehab, or is it knowing that in all likelihood you're going to miss the entire upcoming season?
It's tough to pinpoint like what is the toughest phases. I think the first phase is accepting that this happened. I was in disbelief, for about 2 weeks.
Right.
And the other tough part was, ever since I was a kid, I could always envision myself getting drafted, winning the championship, having my own shoe, cover 2K, all the things. This was the first time it was hard. I couldn't envision, like I'm sitting there at my mom's house, my foot elevated, and it's like, it was hard to envision playing basketball. It was hard to envision walking up steps, and I think that was kind of like defeating in that moment. So it's things like that, there were some low moments throughout this journey.
But I'm sure as you inch closer and closer to recovery, maybe things become a little bit clearer, right? And as Stephen A. said, you're likely going to miss all of next season. So how are you staying connected with your team, with your teammates?
Like you said, it's been a lot, and it's been a great support system. Reasons why that I've gotten to this point. I think obviously a big reason why I'm here is to announce my partnership with Vertex Pharmaceuticals. There was a period of 4 weeks where you introduce 50% weight bearing, and I'm on crutches. So I have surgery, and I haven't put any weight on this side for a month. So talking to the doctor, he's like, you're going to experience some discomfort and some pain. And that's when, we had a conversation. We went through my medical history, and he prescribed me Jornavix, which is a non-opioid for moderate to severe acute pain. And like anything, has side effects that, you should talk to your doctor about. But for me, it relieved the pain, and it gave me a clear mind going into rehab at that moment. I was confident to attack whatever I was trying to do, during that time.
When I think about you, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to be the upside to it. You may not feel this way, but I do. You're a 6-time All-Star, you're a 5-time All-NBA player. Obviously, you're a champion, conference finals, NBA finals. You've done all of this. But there's been an absence of appreciation for who you are. You're a great player, model citizen, everybody loves you, but a lot of people look at you and when they talk about superstars in the NBA, they don't talk about you like that, even though they know that's what you are. And I'm wondering whether or not you being out is going to elevate the level of appreciation that you will ultimately receive. Have you thought about that at all in terms of people looking at you, knowing what you bring to the table, but somehow, some way, it's almost never enough?
So, first of all, I appreciate that.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
You do.
And, from my perspective, it's like, I live a great life. I've accomplished a lot. I've been able to take care of my family. Largest contract in NBA history. Like, I've done everything I've, set out to do, and I'm not complacent. There's still a lot of things I want to do. I'm certain I'm not the only person that feels like they don't get enough credit. I think that's just the nature of being one of the best players in the NBA, that you're going to get criticized, when things don't go the right way, and you feel like you never get enough credit. So I'm not going to say like, everybody's against me or anything like that. I'm certain my mom might feel that way. And people close to me. But, I haven't thought about it that way. I know there's a lot of people, a lot of fans out there that appreciate what I do, what I bring to the table. So it's more about the people that appreciate what I do, not trying to gain, people that don't appreciate it.
Shay, let me go with him here because I got to talk to you about the Boston Celtics for a second here. I did not like seeing you get injured. I was not happy about that. Right. I was happy y'all lost though, because to my Knicks. I'm not gonna lie about that either. Okay.
You knew it was coming, right?
You know how I am, all right. But as I'm looking at Boston right now, you're out. Drew Holiday's gone now. Porzingis is gone now. Horford's probably gone. I'm wondering, how are you feeling about the Boston Celtics for this upcoming season? I think it's a prime opportunity for Jaylen Brown to show what he's made of.
Absolutely.
Because the brother can ball. I don't think he's appreciated enough either. But what are your thoughts about the Boston Celtics, considering the myriad of changes that have taken place?
Well, for one, this is like maybe the third time. I haven't said I'm not playing this season.
Okay.
He was kind of looking at us sideways when we brought that up.
So
I'm thinking Achilles. All right,
no,
that's
for sure.
fair. That's fair.
The most important thing is a full recovery. Being
100%. That's right.
Not rushing.
Yeah, don't rush back.
At all.
Don't do that.
But also, I don't go to rehab 6 days a week for nothing. Okay. But with that being said, with being a part of the organization and the Celtics, there is a standard that we play to, that we uphold, regardless of, who we have in the lineup, who's on the team, who's not. There's a sense of pride that we have when we put that uniform on, and we always are competing to win a championship. And that standard will not change.
So back to the injury really quick, and I appreciate you sharing with us your journey and your focus and all of that. You weren't the only superstar.
I'm just looking. Keep going.
You weren't the only superstar that went down with this injury. Like
Right.
Tyrese Halliburton went through it, Damian Lillard went through it. Have you communicated with those guys at all about this process and maybe returning next season or not returning next season?
Yeah, I think, no, 100%. We've all been in communication. DeJounte Murray is somebody, Dame, Tyrese that I've talked to throughout. And it all happened this season, and we're all at different points of our rehab and recovery. So it's less about like, yo, when are you coming back? I text Dame and DeJounte all the time because they're ahead of me, like, yo, like, what are you doing now? What are your workouts looking like now? So we're all in the same boat, just kind of checking up on each other and keeping it in touch. And it's been very helpful.
Let me go back to the Boston Celtics again, please.
Please.
Before the injury took place, y'all shocked everybody because the Knicks won the first 2 games against y'all in that series. We didn't see that coming. And Jalen Brunson won't let me live it down. How I had y'all taking them out in 5 initially, okay? And then they shocked the world. They went up 2-0. How are y'all down 0-2, losing those first 2 games to the Knicks in the series? How'd that happen?
You still got to play the game, and you got to give them credit. They played well, especially down the stretch.